We'll call this meeting to order, 9:03. It's Thursday, August 8th, 2024. We're here to discuss the issue with the dumpsters up at Murray. And Commissioner Zimmerman, you had asked for the meeting, so I'll let you start off with what do you think and what do you want to hear?
Okay, we kind of reached out with Richard that day, and he was going to figure out how we can, the dumpsters are overflowing and we're having people from Washington in there and it's just not working. They're getting filled up and it's just turning into
Our signage has helped. The sign we put up has helped.
And you
But
put
it
that up
hasn't-
when?
That was prior to
That was
your
before my wreck, so
accident. It was
Okay.
prior to the
4 or
accident.
5 months ago. 6
We
months
do
ago.
have a couple of cameras up there. Our department expended quite a chunk of money. The signage was approximately $650. The cameras were, I believe, $125. So we've invested in some provisions to try to help this. It's helped somewhat with the mess,
somewhat.
but there is still a huge problem
Yeah,
up there.
The volume is one of the problems.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that volume is coming from residential.
as far as the cameras go, the problem is we don't have any good range. I mean, you can't, to buy the cameras we need would be thousands of dollars a piece.
Mhm.
So you can't get up and
You
get a
can't,
license plate
can't get a
number.
license plate number. All it
Okay.
is a blur. So,
Okay.
you know,
What would, what would fix this other than putting somebody up there full time? I mean, I mean, it just seems like if you close the gate, they pile the trash outside the gate, and so you got more work. Adding more dumpsters, I mean, that
So-
is just,
So as of, I want to say this is our second year now of adding dumpsters.
Okay.
And while it's helped with the mess, it's doubling our flow. You know, I mean, it's killing us going up there all the time. You know, when we know that it's not residential that are doing it because it's only during the summer. You know, so it's people coming over Thompson Pass from Montana. It's the campers. You know, it's a free for all basically. It's a free dump site, and we're paying for it. Taxpayers are paying for it.
So we need a gate on Thompson Pass.
Just leave the snow. Don't clear it. We'll be good.
Don't plow. Don't open that road so early.
all right.
So I've been
That can
talking
happen.
to other counties that have satellite sites like this, and they experience the same problems. I've got some ideas of what they have done in the past that has helped, but nothing is, nothing is a complete fix other than manning it. You know, that's the only way to completely fix it. One of the things that they've done is like in these pictures, you see the cyclone fencing with the privacy slats in it. They put those up all the way around and then they light it, and they light it like daylight bright. Says it does help for the nighttime stuff. Doesn't always fix everything, but it does help. But I mean, there's that's pretty substantial cost in that. They put up cameras. They put up one of the things that they've done was they contracted through the Kootenai County Sheriff's Department to actually have patrols and start writing tickets. Because what they did was they had kind of a grace period where it was a learning, where they would issue warnings basically to people that they caught in there dumping illegally. And then after that grace period, they started issuing tickets, littering tickets. And he says that helped greatly. That really kept the people that were coming. These ones are coming from Washington, but ours would be coming from Montana, whatever the case. It really kept those ones out of there. Once they started, being able to put those tickets against basically the car. So they wouldn't be able to get tabs again until they paid those tickets. From what I understand, I don't know exactly how that works, but But he says that was, you know, short of manning those sites, he says that was the most effective thing that they've done.
Did they man the site eventually?
Some of them are, yes. Some of them are, some of them still aren't. And it's been, you know, it's been talked about closing some of them also. Because, you know, right now they, you know, they're spread out quite a bit. And he, you know, they kind of are, it's been talked about closing some of them anyway. So nothing, you know, nothing done yet. But as far as gating it, you know, one of the thoughts I had was putting up a gate, kind of like what they put up in Government Gulch, you know, electric gate. But that one, the one up in Murray, would be on a timer. You know, we'd figure out a time that we'd want it open, 6 to 5, whatever the case may be. You know, and then so it would be closed off at night, so we wouldn't have to worry about lighting it. We wouldn't have to worry about all those electricity bills, all, you know, stuff like that. And as far as people dumping outside the gate, yeah, it's going to happen, but you're also going to be able to catch those people. And once you start writing tickets for that, that's going to stop. Yeah, we're going to have a learning curve, but
I think we probably still need to light it, and, you know, outside the gate, because those gates get pretty expensive. We've had people pull, you know, pull
for sure, yeah,
our Forest Service gates.
yeah, for sure.
So, and maybe it would be easier to put a camera on that type of a gating system.
It would be,
that
because you could
easier,
get
'cause you
closer
don't have
range.
the distance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know, if I could set one up right in the middle of the parking lot, we'd get pictures all day long, but it ain't gonna work.
It'll work until someone hits it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to be just in the right spot.
Yeah.
And it's not like the trouble is happening right here, it's all around, and
Yeah.
people are
Yeah,
dumping
and
at this
they
end or
have
that
to
end.
hit their tires on that spot to
Right.
open the gate. So I think we could really. But what was the cost of that? 20 grand.
No, it was, I'd have to look at the invoice, but, approximately $40,000.
Oh, for
It was a slightly used gate. So we would be looking at fairly significant cost to outfit with that style of gate.
Right now, there's no lights on that area.
No,
Yeah.
there's
yeah.
one yard light. You got here's our gate into to the county yard, and everything out here is there's 1 yard light right here.
So we have power to it.
Yeah, we have power. We have a pole right there in that spot
Okay.
that has 1 yard light on it, but it's not bright enough to light the whole thing up.
Okay.
And so the pictures you have in front of you, they're just pictures of the signage that this is off of the Rose Lake, Kootenai County site. It's just something that I figured to bring in to we can go off of anyway.
Now, you've mentioned, and of course, this is for the public, illegal dumping. So help us for the public. Let's define what would be illegal dumping.
People coming from Montana, campers, out of state campers, out of county campers, commercial dumping. You know, people get to our site down here in Kellogg and find out they have to pay, and they turn around and they drive up there and they dump their carpet, they dump their drywall and, you know, their roofing because they don't want to pay for it.
One example, had a guy, in fact, he came up just after we put that sign up. I was still up there. Pulled in with a flatbed trailer loaded with tires, front to rear. He came from Pine Creek
Because he knows that we would charge
to
him.
drive up there to dump the tires. I told him, no, we're not taking any, we can't take any tires. You know, we get occasional 1 or 2, but a trailer load,
Right.
Well, what am I gonna do with them? It's not my problem. You know, take them somewhere else. You can take them to the transfer station, they'll charge you for it, but we can't take them here.
Thanks to you, they're probably still at Pine Creek.
Well, no, I got a feeling they're probably up some forest road dumped over the bank.
Yeah, it's probably.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
But we had a tire pile that was humongous because we couldn't get rid of them. They were supposed to bring in an outfit with a trailer and load them all in the trailer and haul them off. Well, that never happened. And then one day our burn pile got a little bit rambunctious and they disappeared. A big cloud of smoke. Was not intentional by any means, but we still have a great big tire pile, just not as big. But we can't get rid of them. We can throw one or two in the dumpsters, but when you're talking, sometimes you get 20 or 30 in a week.
Right.
You know, throwing one or two in the dumpsters and you got to take the wheels out of them. It just don't work, and we don't have the time to be messing with them that much.
No. And that's another thing too, at the transfer station, we won't accept them if they're on the rims, because it is too much man hours to try and separate,
I went and separated. Matt and I worked. We had some slack time here 3 years ago, and we worked for 3 days taking rims off of tires, and we didn't even hit a dent in that tire pile.
Okay.
But
Well,
fortunately, since the sign and everything, we haven't had but just a handful of tires come in, get dumped up there, which is good.
ideas?
Yeah, I think we should go out and maybe get a couple bids to see what a gate would cost, see what extra lighting would cost, and bring that back. And then, I know the problem we have with those electric gates is the wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was thinking of trying that out at the airport this year and wrap the RAM with a heat cord. Because that thing, it'll stay, when it's so cold out, it'll just freeze open. And so that's really hard on them. So I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna try that to see if that would give it some help, but that's one of the things.
Well, and that could
run
be
into
something
this.
like if you reach out to some companies to discuss specifically, because there are electronic gates in heavy winter areas,
Yeah.
so there has to be
It's got to
a
be a fix
solution.
for it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe we should look at that.
Okay.
Maybe it's just a boot that we can stick on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What do you think about that? Just have them go out and kind of look and give us a bid on if this is a route we're going, and then maybe we should look at it, have a have the bid on this, and then kind of put any man's hours and how much it would cost an hourly for a man to sit up there, and then versus the gate and everything, so that.
We have had a couple people volunteer
Mm-hmm.
to man a shack, but you'd have to have a shack there for them to sit in or something for them to, But we have had a few volunteers.
I think the volunteers would be nice, but at nighttime,
Yeah,
that's where all this
you
happens. and
you
we don't
can't
have
do it
light.
at night. All you can do that is during the day.
Yeah.
But that's the
That'd be
only
good.
other thing that,
And you have to look at 7-day-a-week coverage
That's what I was
because
gonna ask,
that's
yeah.
what it's
Are you
been
talking
open,
7?
unless you're looking at limiting days and hours.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's start then with a quote for lighting it up better and a gate.
So when you say lighting it up better, are you talking whole perimeter or just a gate area?
I would say just the gated area for now, because it would get, that's where we want to concentrate on getting a camera with the people coming up to the gate, so
Okay.
we'll know. Is it fenced off?
For the most part, yeah. I
You
think
can't just
what's
drive
not
around the
is
back and come in?
no.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay. So we can bottom.
There's only one way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, does that work?
That
Is
works.
that clear direction? We could
Yes.
If you want to send me the information that you guys use
I
for the
will.
gate, I'll
Mhm.
start working on that.
Absolutely.
Okay, and Colleen, if you can start looking for gate grants.
I'll get on it.
Yeah. All right. Anything further, Commissioner? Anything further?
I don't think so.
Public comment?
Yeah, so you're gonna do a cost comparison for gate lights versus somebody being there, right? So did I understand correctly that really this is just an issue for June, July, and August? Through the summer months?
No.
It's
It's open.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's-
so
it's
so
starting
even
to
the
get-
residents are
It's,
dumping.
well, you're getting more and more wintertime campers up there now. Since COVID has happened,
Right,
the
okay.
traffic up there has gotten ridiculous. There's
Okay.
people that started coming up during that because Washington
Okay.
shut everything down, and they haven't left.
Right, okay. No, that was just my thing, because if we're just looking at somebody for 3 or
Right.
4 months.
And Thompson Pass
Right.
is open until roughly the Monday after Thanksgiving. And then we let it
So,
snow closed and then we open it up in the spring. Usually it's roughly April when we get that opened
no,
up.
that was my only question. No, thanks for clarifying, because in my head, I heard
Yeah.
it's really just an issue for 3 or 4 months out of the year, but.
No, it slacks off a little bit for a couple, 3 months, and then it just, especially as soon as that pass opens up, it's like,
Mhm.
oh boy,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
hold
you
all the
see a marked
garbage all week.
difference
All,
when
winter
the pass
long, and
opens and closes.
Told you.
I swear there must not be a garbage dump in Montana.
There is, but it's private and they charge a lot.
Colleen, did you have anything?
No, that pretty much covers it. Just as a, to put it in the back of your mind when you're looking at these things, if we end up going, I'll look for other grants. If we end up going with using some of the ARPA money, though, there's those pop-up things. So if you're looking at electrical components and metal and things, you have to certify or waiver for Buy America, Build America.
Gotcha.
I know Jessica's
Yes.
familiar with that,
Yes.
so she can help you through that. One of the kind of periphery grants that comes first to mind is there's some DEQ, and I think we've talked about that before on, how close is it to waterways, and what would containing that do, what would for making sure that we're protecting
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. So
Okay.
we can have that conversation and figure out what that might look like.
Yeah.
And I had contact yesterday with the director of the EPA for the Northwest region, and he wants to share some grants with us. So, might be something in an EPA grant, I don't know.
Perfect.
Okay. All right, well, we've got another meeting coming up here, so with that, we're gonna go ahead and adjourn.
Thank you guys for coming.